Hi there, this is Tamiko Siri, and welcome back. I hope you're doing well and you've had a fabulous day. And today I am talking to the ladies. So today this one is for the ladies, and it might be able to have a flip side. And if you're a guy and you happen to be tuning in, you could actually listen to this and just flip it. You know, everything I say, you can just make it be relevant to men. But if I was in a room full of young ladies and I was trying to encourage them to be their best self and to live life to the fullest and live life based on what they want, these are just a few things that I would say to them. So I'm going to just go kind of down the list. So my thought is always be a lady. And what are several different characteristics of being a lady, being a classy lady? So number one is having femininity. And when I say that, you hear about the feminine and the masculine energy. And it took me a long time to figure out exactly what that was, because someone said, you have masculine energy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because in my mind, I felt like masculine energy meant I came across as a tomboy or something. And I was like, I've never been called a tomboy or never been looked at as a tomboy. So why are you saying I have masculine energy? So did some research, which is what we all do when we're not really quite familiar with some of the terms that are out there. And I began to understand masculine energy and feminine energy. So you always want to have that feminine energy, meaning that you always want to just tone it down just a little bit and let the man lead or let the man take care of things. You're always there to help, and you're always there having a say, having a voice, but you always just want to have that feminine energy when you're dealing with a man or just being a lady. When you're wanting to be a lady, have the feminine energy. You don't want to come across as masculine and like you're the one who has to put your foot down and you're the one who has to make all your demands and you're the one who has to take care of everything and you're the one who has to tell him what to do. Let a man be a man and sit back and look pretty and be feminine. So to always be a lady, the number one thing, or I won't say number one because these are not in any order, but the one that came to mind and is top of my list is femininity. So always keep your feminine energy in check. You are a lady, so be feminine. All right. Number two is beauty. And these, let me just backtrack. This is for you. This is for you to be your best self and for you to love yourself and for you to be happy with yourself. So this has, I'm wrapped up on in my blanket, but this has nothing to do with you doing this for someone else. So I think if we get away from thinking that we have to do things for someone else, we're doing this because we want to get a man, we're doing this because we want to attract something, we're doing this because we want to attract someone, I think we'll maybe do it a little bit better. So do these things for you. So be beautiful for yourself. Do your hair. Put on clothes that you feel good in and that you feel beautiful in and that you feel sexy in. Work out. Eat healthy. Get rest. Drink your water. Eat good foods. Take care of yourself. And once you do those things, that inner beauty comes out. So be beautiful. Put on your makeup, put on your lipstick, put on your eyeshadow, put on your eyelashes, put on your wigs, put on your weave, do your own hair, wear it natural. Be you. Whatever it is that makes you feel beautiful in your own skin, be beautiful. But beauty is one of those main things as well that's high on my list as far as being a lady. Because a lady is beautiful and she carries herself in a beautiful manner. And she does that for herself. And does it attract other people toward her? Yes. Be beautiful. Always be a lady. And beauty is part of that. Okay? Class. So class is on the list as well, because class is like your style. Class is like how you carry yourself. Having class and sophistication and not being cocky and not being arrogant, but just having that certain confidence as a woman is just alluring. Think of it like this. Do you ever see women who may be heavier set? And they're beautiful anyway, but there's this certain air about her. She's got on these clothes that fit her nicely, and it just looks good on her. She has everything together. So she has the femininity going on, and she has the beauty going on, and the class. You may see someone else. Let's just say you see another lady. She's dressed down. She's just going shopping. She's out kicking it and chilling out with her girlfriends, or maybe just her children, or just by herself. But it's just a chill day, so she's just chillaxing. But she has a certain class about her, because even though she has on just this t-shirt and some jeans, she's all put together. She just knows how to speak. She knows how to articulate. She knows how to be a lady, and she knows how to have her feminine energy allure other people, not just men, but other people. But she has a certain class about her. So she has this sophistication about her that makes her just, you can just look at her and you're like, wow. You may even look at her and think, wow, she just has it all together. She's just like all that in a bag of chips. Well, it's that class that she has about her and that sophistication. And it's because she has taken time to put herself together. Like I said, even if she's walking around with a baseball cap on, she's got her cute earrings on, she may have her face made up. And if she doesn't have her face made up with makeup, she may just have her lip gloss on. Her t-shirt is neat and nice and clingy to her, or if it's one that's supposed to be baggy, it's baggy just the right way. The pants she has on fit great. She just has a class and a style about her. She knows her stuff, so when she's speaking to you, again, she's articulating the things that she wants to let you know, and she knows how to say it, and she doesn't care who doesn't like what she says. But she has that tact about her to where it's not like I'm clapping back. She's not talking with the hands, and she's not, none of that. She has class. She's not, boo you, boo. I can't even do it because that's just not what I do and how I talk. But you know what I'm talking about. She has class about her, class and style. It's not like, girl, I call that catching air. But she has class, and she has sophistication and style. So she knows how to talk. She has tact. She's very intellectual and very smart. She knows things, and people listen to her, and people are drawn to her. And it's because of her entire ambiance, her entire look, just her. So to be a lady, young ladies, and again, you can flip this, young men, have class about yourselves. A woman, I'm trying not to put this as men wanting this or women wanting this. I'm really just trying to say young ladies have class. So let me just stick to that. I won't veer off to trying to flip this on men, because then it'll turn into I'm trying to have class because I'm trying to attract a man. That's not what I'm trying to say here. Have class because you want to have class, and have class because you care so much about yourself that everybody can't get to you, And those who do get to you, they feel privileged and special to be able to get to you and be in your presence and get your knowledge and your intellect and your creativity and all of that. So always be a lady and have class. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about is when you're a lady, you have boundaries. And that means that you don't just take any and everything. You don't just let people talk to you a certain kind of way. You don't just go to any types of places. You don't just decide that I think that I want him, but that's because I'm in a desperate mode. You're never desperate. Never that. You're never desperate. You create your boundaries so that you actually protect yourself, because you care so much about yourself. You love yourself enough that you create boundaries. You have a shield in front of you, always, in any situation, because you want to protect yourself. You protect your mind, your body, and your spirit, and also your heart. You don't just let everyone and anyone attach to you, because you set limits and you set boundaries, and you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you need. So anything that doesn't look like that, and anything that you have a boundary against, is what you're not allowing. So to be a lady, that takes a lot of discipline, and I should have put discipline on here. But to have boundaries is to have discipline. And to me, when you have discipline in your life, it means that, you know what, I didn't quite like that. And I think that what I'm looking for in this business, I think that what I'm looking for in my relationship as with a friend, with a close friend, I think that what I'm looking for in a mate or a partner is this or is that. And you did this, and I didn't quite like that because that made me feel like this. So that's boundaries and that's discipline. That means that and they may be kind of different, but to have boundaries and articulate when that boundary was, there was a little nudge there on my boundary. I didn't quite like what you did. I didn't quite like what you said. I didn't quite like how you said it. Well, you told me you were going to be here then, or you told me you were going to do this then, and that didn't get done. And I didn't really appreciate that because I have a business to run. So I have now a client that is not able to get to A, B, and C because you didn't do what you said. So we can continue to be partners, but that can't happen again. Or, you know what? I don't think we can be partners anymore because you let that happen and I can't risk letting that happen again. You know what? You said that we were exclusive and it seems that you want to entertain other women. I think that I'll pass. So you enjoy that, and I think that I'll wait and until I'm with a mate that wants exactly what I want. So it's been nice. No hard feelings, but that's just something that I know that I do not want to have to deal with. So have boundaries and be a lady. Be tactful about it. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to be ugly. I think of Miss May on Greenleaf. She can tell you off looking straight in your face and in your eyes, but she can do it with such tact and have a beautiful smile on her face, never raising her voice, like a lady. So always have boundaries for yourself, because if you don't, you'll end up accepting things and lingering in things for years, longer than you would have if you just nip it in the bud right then. That way, if they want to deal with you, they know what you will deal with. If they don't want to deal with you, they know, you know what? Yeah, she's a little bit, I don't like her. I don't like her attitude, or I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. No, you just don't like boundaries. And he or she let you know where that boundary was with them, and you don't want to abide by it. And let them go. Bye-bye. The next one is business ethic. Business ethic is what a lady has. She's always about her business. She shows up on time. She meets her deadlines. If she can't meet her deadlines, she's big enough. She's a big enough girl and a lady to be able to pick up that phone or send an email or send a message or however the communication needs to be. But she's big enough to know, I can't meet that deadline. It looks like I need to figure out a few more things on this with this client or on this deal, whatever the situation. But she's, a big enough person to give a heads up to her business partner to make sure that they're on, in the know. And then that way they can kind of figure that out themselves. She's honest and she has integrity. So that's part of business ethics. She has her stuff together and she knows her stuff. So you know what that means? She needs to study sometimes. She may be a great speaker, but she practices her speeches so that she is able to articulate the information that needs to be put out into the world or into the business room or into the meeting so that everyone can understand what she's talking about. And she may even run it by a colleague just to make sure it makes sense. She's always on top of her game. She's not perfect, but she wants to make sure that she exudes excellence because she's a lady. And since she's a lady, and she expects a lot, and she expects to be given a lot and to receive, she wants to make sure that she's giving a lot and that everything she's giving is excellent. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. Business ethics. She's always learning. She's very smart. She's very creative. She's about her business. She's very tactful as well. She's very respectful of timelines and deadlines and all of that. Very creative, very prosperous because she's making sure that everything she touches or puts her mind to, she's praying to God, Lord God, you're my source. So anything I put my mind, energy, and my hands to, please bless it. so that it is done in excellence. Okay, so she has business ethics. Along with that, she has goals. Yes, I have a list. She has goals. She knows exactly what it is she's trying to attain. She doesn't just go out into the world wishy-washy and flip-flopping and not knowing exactly what her goal and her destinations are. She knows that at the beginning of the year, I'm trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to do steps A, B, C, D, E to get to this goal. If I don't get to this goal, I'll figure out why and do it another way. If I do get to it, okay, great, I'm marking that off and I'm going to the next step. But she has goals for herself. She's a lady. She has goals for herself. If she's with a mate, she can definitely help her mate because she's a helpmate. If he has, I'm not going to turn this over on the guys, but she's a helpmate. So she knows how to get things done, but she has goals. She knows how to put things into action. She knows how to figure out what it is that she wants to do and figure out the resources, people, and information that goes with resources. But the research, she can figure out the resources and people, which may be information and money, and the people that can help her get there. And she also can do the deep inner searching and the research that she needs to do to get there. But a lady is always a lady with a plan. If you don't have a plan and if you don't have goals, either you've done everything it is that you want to do, or you're just cruising through life on cruise control, and whatever happens and whatever comes your way happens and comes your way. But for the most part, we want to have goals and we want to have plans and we want to know exactly how we're going to get there and figure that out. And then we want to get there. So we don't just want to be on cruise control and just in la la land. We want to make sure that we're about the business and about God's business, because you know what? When you have goals, you should have a purpose, and that purpose should come from God, and that should come from the gifts that you have to offer to this world. And if you sit on those and you sit and, idle, you don't not talk about what your goals are, but if you don't figure out what your goals are for yourself and know your purpose, you're just sitting there idle and not giving the world what they need from you, because God puts what he wants us to do inside of us. And all of us have a message or a word or something that he has equipped us to do and to give. And so make sure you know your goals. Make sure you know your purpose. Sit with God and meditate and have peace and some quiet and just think about maybe nothing and just ask God to give you the insight and discernment to know exactly what it is you need to be doing in life. Don't waste it away. It's so precious and it's so sweet and it's so exciting and it's really a lot of fun when you're doing some of those things that you really, have fun doing because it's in your wheelhouse. But a lady has goals. And a lady has a little bit of fire about herself. She's a little bit of a firecracker. And what I mean by that is back to Miss May. Miss May is real firm, but her tongue will let you know exactly what she's trying to say. So you can be a little, have a little fire about you, meaning let people know exactly where you stand on different issues and different ideas and different, just how you feel, whether it's good or whether it's bad, but let people know exactly how you feel, and don't be ashamed to speak up. Speak up. Ladies are a little bit of a firecracker. They have that soft feminine side to them, but then they're a firecracker because they can definitely let you know exactly what they're thinking and what's not going to happen or what's going to happen. But they're not doing all of this. They're not catching air. A lady is classy and sophisticated and feminine, meaning she's not trying to be so demanding and not trying to be loud and not trying to be overbearing. She's a lady. So always be a lady. So to all of my young ladies out there, and I guess I consider young ladies between the ages of like maybe, middle school, high school, up until maybe 30, I'm guessing. But maybe 35, I don't know. But I'm thinking about 30 or late 20s, you're probably starting to have families. So maybe mid 20s. But those are young ladies. And even just all of us ladies, we always have to know that we are ladies. And we see so many images that don't always portray what, the characteristics of a lady. And so I wanted to be a voice just to say these are a few things, and it's not all of the characteristics that I think of when I think of always being a lady, but it's just a few. And I just want to let all the young ladies know that there's nothing wrong with that, and to pay attention to exactly what it is you want in life. Pay attention to exactly all of the goals that you want to achieve. Pay attention to the type of relationship that you want to have with a man. Pay attention to what it is you know you want, because you're only you. And if you do not pay attention to exactly what it is you want, you will get anything. And what will you have done with your life? Waste time. So always be a lady, always be in control, and know that you've got this. Life is in your hands. Call upon your source, which is God. That's my source, at least. I won't say that that's your source, but my source is God. But call upon your source, and just make sure you have the discernment and that you pay attention to your needs and wants, and always be a lady. So this is Tamiko Siri. I always try to give something that is relative to relationships, business, real estate, and health. And I try to make sure I'm getting some information out as often as possible. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I hope that you were able to take some nuggets from it, and that it will definitely help you to be a lady. So have a good one, and I will see you again the next time. Have a good one.